There we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are. Welcome back to the live stream. My name is Jeff Fritz. Good. Hey, how's it going there, chat room? Hang on.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
There we go. Today is November 26, 2019. We're going to write a little bit of code today, and I've got a couple announcements to share. How's it going there, chat room? S1 Mo, hello. Is that Paulus? Good to see you. Job in PA. Wheelchair Sean is here. Fairy Wings. Webface CA, Shy Sharp, Stelzy, Johan B, Sweet Vanea. So good to see everybody there in the chat room. I got my Gunner glasses on today because I've got a little bit of an announcement there. Yeah, very nice glasses. No, not sunny. So these are blue blocker glasses that help you see the computer screen a little bit better. And I'm now a sponsored partner from Gunner Glasses. If you check out the link down below the chat, you're going to see Gunner's going to appear in the corner in there. There it is right now. There's a link for you to click through so you can get your pair of Gunner glasses. And if you use the code C#, you'll get a little bit of a discount. They tell me that that'll work on top of the other discounts that they currently have available. You can combine coupons. I don't know if that's completely active yet, but I understand that is active. So check it out. I'm very happy to be supported by them. And this is about all you're really going to see. Is I'll have the hat on today just to announce and share that we are now with Gunner. Well, not just gaming glasses, Stelzy, but when you're in Visual Studio and you're staring at your screens all day, it does help. I've been using Gunner glasses for a couple of years now. These are a pair of Siege glasses. They're Heroes of the Storm themed, and I really enjoy them, particularly when I'm coding for a longer stint. I'll get into about hour 3 or 4, and I'll put them on. But I wanted to wear them today and kind of show my support, show my thanks to the folks at Gunner, and I'm going to throw a quick tweet out there announcing my affiliation with them. I am now affiliated with Gunner Optics, and use the code C# to get a discount. It's on your entire order at I believe it's right. I think I could just say gunner.com. There you go. Fantastic. Visual Studio Game of the Year. Yeah, not the Game of the Year thrown in. Thanks so much. Svava. Oh, yes. Today we play lots of Mischief. Absolutely. Is it worldwide? I believe Gunner ships worldwide. Yes. So I'm only needing these glasses when you switch the VS theme from the default blue one to the dark one. Yeah, we have different glasses. Where'd they go? We've got sunglasses for when we go to light theme. Let me tell you, we're gonna need that. Thanks, Stelzy. Oh my goodness. Webface
_CA just resubscribed for 3 months. Love the live coding awesomeness.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that's going to put you, it's going to take you out of a purple hat, and you're going to get a loyalty badge that looks like it's a red hat now that you're going to be in. Hey there, Ancient Coder. Good to see you. I've also set up for those folks that have cheered, that have cheered a lot on channel. There's now cheer emotes that you can get for cheering a certain amount on channel. Of course, I donate all the subs and cheers this quarter to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Now I've set up, let me make sure I read this properly, because I just added a couple of emotes. They're not live yet. What are not live yet? Who's not live yet? Fairy Wings. They're not enabled yet. You're going to get... Is that the Red Hat Enterprise Edition? No, it's not. No. If you've cheered more than 5,000 bits, you'll be able to use the Super C# logo. Oh, this is preloading. All right, well, this will be coming soon then. And at 10,000, you'll get to use my little caricature. as an emote you'll get when you have that number of bits that you use in channel. So that's coming. All right. Can we do that? Should we do this now? I was going to wait just a little bit longer, but I think I need to do this now. Chat room, I tell you that I donate. I make good on all of our subs, all of our cheers. And today's one of these days where I'm going to make good on it. Let me go over to the code. I set up a St. Jude Play Live campaign here. And I'm not publishing. I'm not actively out there saying, hey, you need to donate to St. Jude. We need to support these folks. This is a tremendous organization that, where is it? St. Jude. That is literally, I think the Play Live link has a better link to get started here. These folks are literally fighting the good fight, trying to cure childhood cancer, trying to cure all kinds of diseases for kids, and they're giving away their research. A couple $100 provides platelet tests for 4 patients, 1 platelet transfusion, 2/3 of the cost of 1 day of chemotherapy, 16 days of oxygen at 2,500, provide daily room rates in the ICU. That is tremendous to be able to see just how much we can help these folks. I want to donate. Oh, here we go. We're going to donate our October subs and cheers right now. The total that we raised in subs and cheers for St. Jude, $1,039.46. I hate non-rounded numbers. That stinks. I don't like that. So I'm rounding it up. These are all of the subscriptions and cheers on the C# Fritz Twitch channel for the month of October 2019. Pardon me for a minute while I key in my credit card number, if you don't mind. It's not a credit card number, it's the debit card that's connected to my Twitch account. And let me just finish keying. You can probably guess the numbers just because of listening to me keying this in. $1,100. That is huge. That is tremendous. Thank you so much to everybody who subscribed and cheered over the month of October. But I'm not done. I'm not done. My employer is going to match this. Thank you, Kevin, for that sub.
Just resubscribed for 7 months. Yay.
Oh yes, and we're going to make another donation for that. I'm here at my employee match website, and I'm going to request a match. Employer match for the C# Fritz channel October 2019 donation. And my employer is going to match that. So we've donated $2,200 to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. I need to do one more thing while I'm here. I need to go find, I want to go up here, and I'm going to find our friends at Coder Dojo. We're going to take care of this one while we're here. Supporting kids to learning how to code globally. We're going to donate right now our September, and that number was $528.24. I don't like that number, so we're going to make it $600. And yes, I'm going to do that with a debit card. I want to make sure it doesn't show my card up here. That's almost 16 days of oxygen for the kids, says Fairy Wings. Yes. Yes. We're making sure that these cheers, these subs, pay forward, and we appropriately pay it forward and help those in need. And the folks here at Coder Dojo, they're going to pay it forward and help teach folks around the world to write code. They're going to be developers. Thank you so much for the follow. Is that Gordle Howe? Thank you so much. Let me wait for that to go through before I show the screen again. There we go. $600 from subscribers, from cheers in the channel. $600 employee match. Together, we donated $1,200 to Coder Dojo. We donated $2,200 to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Altogether, right now, this channel made an impact of $3,400 to kids, to folks around the world that want to learn, that need help. I am so thrilled, so happy to be able to extend that.
Myself just resubscribed for 11 months. Today I am closer to 50 than 40. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, I am not myself.
I am not 14 hype. 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 I am not 14 hype.
Thanks so much. Oh my goodness. I really appreciate that, and we will make another donation. Rest assured. I'm gonna make sure I get the sentiment up there. Let me get the marquee. Some reason they didn't load properly when we first started up here. There we go. Thank you so much. October raised almost double of September in subs and cheers. Yes, it did, Stelzy. That's correct. So, please understand, please appreciate. I haven't come into the work that we've done here on Twitch thinking that I'm going to be famous, that I'm going to make a lot of money. My goal is just to teach folks, just to share, to pay it forward, to help other people. And when our viewers, when you share your time with us, when you give source code, when you give some of your money, some of your resources, I've never asked for that. I've never asked you or told you that you need to pay me in order to do something. Oh my gosh.
I am not myself just gifted 10 subs.
Thank you so much. 10 gift subs into the channel to Sovereign Route, Code Guy 72, Super Epic Ben, Valentin Mazyov, ETD5, Hector HSC, GA Progman, Namazri, Pimplachek, and Kovamalia. You all just got subscriptions.
S1mo _ just resubscribed for 7 months.
And another subscription there. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, I am not myself, for the 10 gift subs.
I'm Scott, I'm new here.
Okay, yeah.
Freestyle Coder, thank you so much for joining us with your Twitch Prime. Absolutely. Helmir, is Helmir in that list? I didn't see that. I'm sorry. Was Helmir in that list? No, No. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for the subscriptions. We will pay these forward. We will make donations. I promise you, and I will share those donations here on camera so that you know. And those cheers. Thank you, Toe Frog. We'll make a donation to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital this quarter. You just found me on YouTube a few days ago, says NN Pena. Well, thank you. I appreciate you tuning in. I want to stress, you don't need to sub. You don't need to cheer. I'm supporting the folks at Gunner because they're going to help us out. They're going to help pay for a couple things, and I really enjoy their product. But these things that we pay for, you never have to participate in this. But I want to make sure that we do make that clear, and that I do share with you when we do make donations. So, thank you so much, everybody in chat. Thank you so much to everybody who's watched and participated. This is something tremendous that I really appreciate the opportunity to do. So I want to also let you know, if you are interested in further supporting St. Jude, some of our friends in the Twitch community are also out there raising. They are participating in the Winter St. Jude Play Live fundraiser. Our friend Cool Tony is streaming later today. Let me open this up so we can see this image. Streaming later today, our friend Cool Tony at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. I guess that's 10 p.m. UTC. Anonymous with the 500 bits. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And we'll make another donation to St. Jude. But Cool Tony will be streaming later today for St. Jude. Our friend Junie Von Ash. I love to tease Junie Von Ash. But she is such a kind person. She's going to be on front page for the front page of Twitch for St. Jude on Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. What is it? 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific, and you can do the math for UTC. But and I also need to make sure our friend our friend Fairy Wings on December 9th will be on the front page. Keep an eye on her stream. Let me get some shout outs to all of those folks who are continuing a little bit of the work that we've done here. Junie Von, make sure you follow these folks because they're really doing a lot of the fundraising here. And of course, Fairy Wings. Make sure you follow them, click through, because they're going to be supporting and raising money, doing what they do best right here on Twitch to help the kids at St. Jude. All right. Hey, I didn't break like I thought I was going to. That wasn't too bad. I started to break down, but I kept it together. All right. Yeah, the Gunner glasses are nice for eye strain. I absolutely agree. So, all right. So we made our donations. We took care of Coder Dojo. We took care of St. Jude. Let me move on. I want to get back into our project. There is a campaign out there that I should link below. If you want to donate directly to them, you're more than welcome to. In my name, but our subs, our cheers. You don't have to do anything more just by being here. If you share your Twitch Prime with me, that's great, and I'll make another donation to St. Jude. But we're going to get back into working on Azure Functions today. Let me get back into the project, and let me set the project command here. We are going to be extracting Twitch chat data and storing it in Azure Blob Storage. There we go. So now we got a project command there. I have turned off the wear a different hat channel points redemption today because I am wearing the sponsor hat. I don't want to. I want to be sure that I wear that for the rest of the day today. But all of our other channel points redemptions are available for you as well. I think that's everything. Let's get in. Let's talk about where we were with this project. I'm going to play some music in the background, of course. Let's play yellow, the color of our Gunner glasses. There we go. This is music to code by from our friend Mr. Carl Franklin. Scientifically designed. This music is engineered to get you in the flow so that whatever task it is you're working on, you can focus on and be more productive. mtcb.pwop.com, or you can execute music in the chat room. to get a link and learn more about it. Thank you, Ancient Coder. Thank you so much, Carl, for letting us listen to your music and get focused. Write code better together here on Twitch. Gotta go catch a train. Have a good one, Johan. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's get into this. I saved off my project right here on GitHub under a project called Twitch Chat Archive. And I started working with this. This is an Azure function that is sitting right here, right? That will subscribe and listen for notifications when Twitch streams end. And we had a real problem with it throwing a goofy error when we tried to subscribe to this last time, and it didn't quite work. It didn't. Right? We had it wouldn't listen. It wouldn't even start up and jump into this. Found the problem. Found the error behind this. If you go to my website, if you go to the blog at csharpfritz.com, it's here. There's a blog there. There it is. The second post that I have here, I talk about how we went through the configuration of our queue trigger, right? When an entry arrives in our queue, go do something. I wrote about how we configure that, where you get the configuration information for this. But down here, this is the error that we had. Turned out I didn't have the function name attribute. Right? It's like, so I gotta go take a look at that. Helmir says, turns out we have 200 duplicate users in your tenant. Ooh, that's a problem. I gotta clear that up. I am not myself. Let me put that up on the featured chat here. I am not myself says, serious Thanksgiving feel to this stream. Thankful you found the live coders. Thank you. It's so good to have you as a member of the team. I am not myself is another live coder. Streaming about security and application development. You can check him out over there if I can get a shout out for him. Add some fun social breaks to the day. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Thanks so much. It was great to see you. I caught up with our friend Bobby Johnson there. That's his real name. Over at the Tech Bash conference about 2 weeks ago. Thank you for the shout out, Ancient Coder. Good morning, ThinkBot Labs. Good to see you. You met Architect, met him at Little Rock Tech Fest. Very cool. Bench Aussie. Thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate you tuning in and joining us on this Tuesday morning. I really feel good about making that donation. Let me tell you. Did anybody clip that? Can somebody clip that and let's share that? Stelzy, that's a really good idea. Stelzy, let me put that up. This is a really, really good idea. A Roslyn analyzer checking that this mandatory attribute is present would be nice to have then. Yes. Yes. My goodness. Right, so if I go back over to my source code, let me actually go. I have Visual Studio up here. Inside public classes for an Azure Functions project, right? To be able to say, this is a public method. Should this have a function name on it? That would be really handy to have and help folks like me who ran into that problem last time, who forgot to put this on there, that you need to have that function name on there. I completely agree. That would be a really good idea. Okay. So, and I left the comments here that folks left last time when we opened up live share to public read write. That was such a treat. Thank you. I think it was Janescu who opened that up for us and just let anybody write code with us live here. Let's see. So we finished. So I put the function name on here, and it works now. I still have to get what the endpoint URL is that we're actually going to have Twitch send messages back to. Yep, the read write was last time. Yep. That's so. Let me go back to the blah blah blah. Let me go back to the documentation. Oh, the other thing that came up was I had written 86,400. I know, words are really hard. I had written 86,400 seconds. And 86,400 seconds is 1 day. However, the limit that Twitch has is 864,000, which is 10 days. So let me go back into the documentation. When this posts, we have to respond appropriately with a token in order to acknowledge to Twitch that, yes, we're ready to listen and receive that information. Jake Programming. That's a fine question, Jake. Thank you for the follow. Jake asks, what's my field of programming? Healthcare, insurance, etc. Software. I help with making the .NET framework, Visual Studio Code. I don't program those directly. I'm a program manager that helps influence and lead the direction of those. Before that, I worked. I was a web developer building websites for folks in education. And before that, it was in finance, is where I was. I am a Microsoft Program Manager. Yes. You can see more about me in the About block just below this video here. So, always happy to answer questions about my background. You were on a call when the donation happened. Did anyone clip it? I don't think so. It might be a good highlight. It was a little bit longer than just a minute. But I want to make sure that we share that. That's something important. I'll post over to Facebook and even the YouTube channel. Make sure that that's visible. So let me go over to the Twitch documentation and let's talk about how we need to acknowledge when we set up this subscription. This is called a webhook. So I believe it's dev Twitch TV docs. There we go. And the next one down was the webhooks guide. No. You're gonna make me type this, aren't you? There it is. The webhooks guide. When we submit to verify payloads, you must compute the hash properly. Blah blah blah. Yes. When we set up the subscription, if your subscription passes review, Twitch sends you a request to confirm you requested the subscription. To confirm, you must respond to the request with the challenge token provided in the query parameters and a success, a 200 status code. So we've already got a little bit of code that does this in another project. I'm going to lift that, copy it over, and reuse it here so that I don't have to go and do this again. Yeah, it should be available in the video right now. TBD Gamer is here. Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. TBD Gamer is another member of the Live Coders team. Okay, so I already wrote this into the Pixel bot that we've been building. So I'm just going to reach into that source code, which is, now that I've navigated to it, down in here, it's inside of an API controller, and I believe it's this one. Notepad! It's not too bad. So there's a get here. They post when new followers happen, but they'll do a get, and they'll pass along a hub challenge query string that we need to respond with. inside of here. So I'm going to take let me just take this whole thing, copy it. Do I want to save the changes? No. And it's going to be a response when we get this, right? I'm going to tell it to go to this end of stream. We're allowing it to get, but I'm going to include something from here. Let's clean this up now. I don't need this commented out test information here. And we're going to get it from the hub.challenge query string. So the channel ID, I'm telling it to connect with a channel ID here. So it's also going to pass hub challenge. It should at least. So let's say challenge equals REQ query, right? Hub dot challenge, right? Yeah. Okay. And I'll do a quick test here. If string is, if it's not null or empty, the challenge, right? Then we're going to return, we need to return a response message. We need HTTP, well, is it a new HTTP response message? Status code, okay. And I need to specify the contents. This is gonna get a little uglier, so let's do this. I need one more to finish that. Colon there to finish this. Content equals, can I say, is it string content? Yes. And that's going to be the challenge token so that I can meet this. To confirm, you respond to the request with the challenge token provided in the query parameters and a success code. So status code OK is a status 200. That should work. All right, so if we're challenged to accept, then this should pass, and we continue through. Jake Programming. Well, that's interesting. Jake Programming asks, do I think competitive programming is good practice? Let me ask for a little bit of clarification. Are you asking, is it good to practice and learn more? Is it good practice for building real applications? Or are you asking, is it something that we should encourage, right? Is it something that's a good event that we should participate in? I would say yes to both, actually. That yes, it's fun, right? Competitive programming is good practice for building your real application for your real customers. It's also something that I think brings visibility to the programming and software development industry. And if folks find that interesting, if they're encouraged by it, that's great. We can always use more software developers. There's more than 3 million job openings for software developers out there right now. And we want to encourage more folks to join the field. Thank you for the question, Jake. And thank you for the follow, A Duques. Appreciate you tuning in. Hey, Binary Chef. Hello, hello. So that takes care of that challenge. And part of me says, let's move this out. Let's move this out. Right, I'd like to refactor that, please. It's not letting me refactor. Quick actions and no. I'd like to extract that as it's... I did just install a latest preview patch, and I'm not getting... Well, I guess it's not going to because of the string is null or empty. MP3 Chaos says, competitive programming is a great way to learn time management and feature prioritization. Yes. Yes, and that's very important. So, that's definitely then a good practice test. Preparation for building real applications. Sites like Top Coder, yeah. And it does depend on how much the competition mirrors the real world. Yeah. You're right, Binary Chef. Alright, so I'm not going to refactor that out. Alright, fine. And I do have too many curly braces there. I wonder if I can do that now. Can I do that now? Nah, it won't let me do the extract. Alright. I guess that's okay. Right? I mean, that's as simple as I can make it, I think. So, we do at some point need to set up also the ability to do, oh, and I don't have Visual Studio Code open with my to-do list. Let me open this. Let's open this. That was a Python file I was looking at earlier. Where is it? Open recent. No. I don't see it here. I wrote it into here. There it is. Close that. We should start to see. Oh, you know what? I didn't start it right. That's why. You have to start Visual Studio Code without... No, that's not it. You need to start it without the GPU acceleration in order for it to appear the way that I embed it here. I don't see it. Son of a gun! I'm going to get this working. Because the GPU acceleration blocks OBS from seeing it. Give me 1 second here. Start Visual Studio Code without. And it's not a switch that you can just turn off inside of. There it is. It's this command. Code disable GPU. Now it appears up there. And I can turn that off. Turn this. And there's my to-do. And it's not the right size at all. Because it's, yeah, we're going to install packages now. Thanks. Thanks so much. Go away. Alright. Yeah. Look, now the size of this thing is all messed up. What are you doing? Alright. Right, I want to move this over here, that over there. Bring that down. Now we can see it a little bit. Oh no, now, Things are moving that shouldn't be. Is that better? I think that's better. There we go. Okay. So, subscribe to stream concluded. I think I have that done. So, even though this isn't doing anything yet, this should work. So I'm going to save this and deploy this to Azure Functions out on Azure. Azure Functions out on Azure. And let's see if we can get this to run properly and get that initial subscription. Before I do that, let me answer a couple questions here on chat. Orc Blood says, not distrusting the stat, but where did I get the 3 million open software jobs? Just curious to know. 3 million developer positions. There's a bunch of places for this where it's mentioned. Thank you for the follow, Guo3. Welcome. Software developer positions. Well, why did it go to holiday buying tips? This is USA Today in 2017. There are 1.3 million software jobs that were open last year. Co.org calculates 500,000 open computing jobs now, and the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics predicts that there will be 1.4 million more software development jobs than applicants who can fill them. Call it 1.5 million. There's millions of software jobs that are available, and that's in 2017. Yeah, I don't see it right here. But it's a factoid, it's a statistic that you hear quoted every now and again. This is moneymorning.com in 2013. They're saying the toughest job to find qualified employees for are software developers. Among others here, nurses, engineers. So, Bureau of Labor Statistics. Number of jobs for software developers in 2018, 1.3 million that are available. So, there's a lot out there. Hey, thank you, Michael Jolly. Yeah, that's just in the U.S. So, Wanadza says, since we're discussing Azure Functions, what are the best practices to integrate against existing ASP.NET identity with Azure Functions? You can't. Those are in two different applications. Azure Functions live outside the process. They live inside of a whole different location. So if you're going to be using identity, you want to use Azure Active Directory and be able to use that as your central authorization. You can use identity then to grant roles back and forth on your application, but you want to use Azure Active Directory as your central authority for that. You got a request from, take a look. If you have the data store to store the membership schema, you can put your roles and things locally in there, but really you don't. If you need to share that identification across applications, which is what you're doing when you share it to Azure Functions and your ASP.NET function, you want to use something like Azure Active Directory. That's the only Active Directory that Azure Functions will bounce off of, so that you hit that. You might be able to do something also with Identity Server. I haven't experimented with that, and have Identity Server be your central authority. The point is, you can't just use identity that's inside the ASP.NET application to support more than just that one application. You need to put it somewhere where everything can access it and have the same access and request rights to it as an authorized application. Auth0, as Michael Jolly points out, is another good place that you can use as well. Off all week and the internet's crapping out, says Eternal Dev Coder. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's terrible. Valentin Maziev says, thank you for the gift sub. Yeah. Jake Programming, what do I think about Google's quantum supremacy? 10,000-year problem solved in 200 seconds. Yeah, it really says something about computing power when you throw the cloud at something. Michael Jolly picked up a pair of gunners last night using the coupon code C#. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Top coder is an interesting idea. Hadn't heard of it until now. Seems like they're depending on chance there will be enough qualified people to meet their demands at any one time. Yep. Taking advantage of the gig economy. Okta or Identity Server 4, Auth0, all good options. Architect, very good point. The internet, is that thing still around? I hear the web's a fad. Nobody's going to use this web thing. What is that? What is that? Everybody should be using apps. Totally a fad. Thank you so much. I appreciate the cheers. I appreciate the subs. Lots more donations we'll make in the next month. Back over to St. Jude. All right. So let's try publishing this to an Azure Function application. And let's see if we can get subscribed and we can start to see this, see our data flow in here to verify that this subscription works properly. I could set up ngrok to run locally to test that it receives this. But I think it's going to be easier. Is it, though? Is it? It's just a series of tubes. Totally. Totally just a series of tubes. Let's just publish. Right-click publish. I know, friends don't let friends right-click publish, but I'm going to. I'm going to create a new consumption plan. Run from package file. Okay, sure. So, create profile. No. You should be using this account. Thank you. Let's see. Fritz Chat Archive. We'll call that's fine. Sure. My resource group is going to be Fritz Stream. Right, or was there... Did I have Twitch chat? Nope. No, Twitch video processor. There we go. Location, East US 2. I put everything in East US 2 because that's close to where I am geographically. And we're going to use that Azure storage. All right, next. Let's see what happens here. I'm almost done my G Fuel sour grape. And I've got one serving left of Blue Ice, so I had to reorder some. And I understand that G Fuel has a buy one get one right now. Yeah, Zeke, that's the Discord server. You can join us over there, ask questions, continue our conversations. The web doesn't exist. Today's realization of the web is perpetually obsolesced by tomorrow's innovation. Something like that. Something like that. Let's go. Create that app service. Come on. Let's go. Where is it? Don't make me hit this.
Bueller. Bueller.
We're waiting.
Bueller.
Come on, Azure.
Bueller.
Let's go.
Bueller.
I'd really like to get there.
Bueller. Bueller.
Right?
Bueller.
Oh my gosh. The joke's just going to continue, and I'm not going to be able to stand it here. Let me go to portalazure.com. Sign in with my account. That's not my password. Turn on AZ mask, my Azure mask. All right. Let's see here. Chat subscription storage account. No. He's not involved here. This is the storage account where we're going to be working and saving our data into. So I'm going to grab the queue location. There it is. I'm going to grab that connection string that goes with it. Right, Twitch channel subscription is the name of it. So over here in access keys, see AZ mask blurs out this for me, so I can just copy that to the clipboard. And assuming I don't copy it, paste it unnecessarily, we should see it appear when we're ready for it. Here we go. Twitch chat archive zip deploy. Yes, please publish. Publish now. Do it. Had to switch to mobile home Wi-Fi down, says Eternal Dev Coder. Oh my goodness. Bueller. No, Bueller. Bueller. Thank you for the follow, Larry Potato 71. Yes, we're publishing. InstaFluff is here. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. It's good to see you. InstaFluff's another member of the Live Coders team. InstaPublish, kinda, right? We can take a look at the output window here and it'll show us exactly what it's doing. It zips up the entire file as a zip here and it's going to publish it out to that location for us. So, Little Safbig, what's Azure for? It's a cloud platform. It's good stuff. Really good stuff. Panda in a Tub says, do the thing. Yes. Will next quarter's charity be Save Ferris? Oh yeah, I like that. Next quarter, Save Ferris. Absolutely. We're going to make sure. No, I can't back that up. Is it going to be here in the box? No, it's not. This was called Fritz Twitch Chat Archive. Fritz Twitch Chat. There it is. There's my app service, and this is a function-specific app service. So I'm going to go into configuration here. And there we go. In my application, I'm extracting that storage location in here at endpoint base URL. So let's create a new application setting called endpoint base URL. And I'm going to make sure I don't make this mistake. And go over here and paste that in. Haha! It would have shown it. So I'm saying okay to that. Save. Let's go back over here. So endpoint base URL is being saved into it there. There we go. All right. You have created a function app. Now it's time to add your code. I did. Receive end of stream. It's right there. See? Azure functions are quite awesome, says InstaFluff. You got to try them last week. I agree. DD Walsh is here. My gosh, I haven't played this for a little bit.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It's so good to see InstaFluff and DD. We made our donation to St. Jude and to Coder Dojo a little bit earlier today. So we should be able to see the subscribe function kickoff and the end of stream happen as well. What? Storage account connection string Twitch chat storage does not exist. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. I updated the wrong thing. Back up. Back up. We did this wrong. Hang on. Back into configuration. I need to store the connection string in Twitch chat storage. This. Alright, so let me hide this for a second. And let me rename this to Twitch chat storage. The endpoint URL is something different. So, you're in a doctor's office waiting for your mom, says DD Walsh. Best of luck to you and your mom. Okay, so that's saved. What was the other one? Right, so that error should go away. Let me restart. Bring this back up. I'm hoping to see this error go away because I now have that chat setting. Right, the Twitch chat storage setting, app setting. Right? Should be there. Should be there. It restarted, but this is still appearing. Let me go back and take a look. Subscribe, click onto this. I guess it worked. I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. I think it did. I mean, it's doing this little thing here. I don't know what that means. It looks like it's busy, right? I mean, right? That's a busy thing. That's telling me that it's doing something, right? And I click up here, and that other thing has gone away. Configure application insights to capture function logs. Okay, go ahead, do that. Sure. Go ahead, do that. Sounds like the right thing to do. I trust Azure. Right? So application insights will give us logging and monitoring. Let us know the upstate of our function here. Come on! You're the cloud. This should be like instantaneous. Right? Like, I pushed a button and instant service. Putt, 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 putt. Where is it? Let's go. Let's go.
Do it live!
And it should. And I've also been told by Twitch that if I run more ads, short ads here, we'll turn off the we'll turn off the pre-roll ad for folks as they join us. So while we're waiting for this to run, I'm just going to run a quick 30-second ad, and we'll be right back when Application Insights is up and running. Okay, now it's telling it should be running an ad. I think it is running an ad. I can't tell if it's running an ad, but I guess it is. I don't know. But it's just saying creating, and this thing's spinning here. Let's see. Can it tell me? There we go. So it is running, and now there's a thing here. You shouldn't see the ad, or it should be moved off to the side. There we go. Okay. There we go. So pre-roll ads are now disabled for a little bit. That overlay is awful, Twitch. My app is offline or the SDK needs updating. No it's not. Live metrics, IP addresses. You need to update your service firewall roles. I don't know what that means. Okay. So now that thing went away, so now this is spinning again. I don't know what that means. You can't tell either if they're running an ad. Right, the ads you should not see ads if you're a subscriber. Alright, so receive, end of stream, and subscribe. So now this is a URL that we should be able to point Twitch to, right? This is where we want it to post into. Right, so I should be able to post and hit this. So the URL for this is, if I go back up here, that location /API/receive end of stream, right? So if I go there, /API receive end of stream, right? So I didn't get anything back. I think that's the URL that we want to go to. So now, to finish connecting the dots here, thank you for the follow, Roger Urine. Ah ha 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 ha. I caught that. Endpoint base URL. Let me see here. Let me go to configuration, and I'll put that URL as the base, and it should, right? Endpoint base URL, and that's it. Receive end of stream. Good. Save. That'll restart the service. So now I should be able to test this by dropping an entry into the queue and have it kick off the subscription process here. So let me move this over here. I'd love to be able to open the monitor on 2 screens, you know, or pop it out of the browser so I can see it, right? Yeah, I'll be able to see that. What is it? Is it manage that lets me see? I moved you and you still moved over there. Thank you for the follow, JP Cuentes. Thank you. So this was on here. Host keys. Nope. Oh, nice. Unable to... Requested action could not be completed. Alright, fine. I guess I can't open that. I'm gonna just open another dashboard then. Right? Chat subscriptions, that's the one I want. I'm gonna go down to my queue that this is wired up to. Queues. This one. And I should be able to add a message. Right? Now... Where's the console? I should be able to see the console for this. Because I want to see it trigger. There it is. I want to be able to see that log hit. Alright, so the message text that I'm keying in is C# Fritz. Say okay to that. This should get picked up. There we go. Alright. We've got an error to debug. Failed object reference not set to an instance of an object. Reason, new queue message detected on that, but no debug information there. So we're gonna need to figure that out. What did I... Right, get channel ID for username. That should return properly, I would think. Let's see here. I think my local storage emulator isn't turned on. Let me turn that back on. There's a nice app for the Azure portal. Okay. Yep, that's... So let me refresh now that I've started this. So I can put a message in here, right? If I put this in my local, right? And let me just double check over here. Yeah, I'm on development storage. Okay. So I'm using development storage, so I'm going to debug and make sure that we can at least get down to here. Endpoint base URL. I'm going to pass the exact same thing that we have over here for the configuration. So we can try and push it out to Azure and get it to hit that, which is this value here. Let's see if we can get that to work. So, endpoint base URL in here instead of this bogus address. I'll make it that.
Oh my.
Let's see if we can get this to work. Can I remote debug it? I don't know. Oh, did you redeem? Did you redeem for a free emote? Rocket propelled Freeman. Good to see you. Downloading Azure Function CL. We already had these. We were already doing this. What are you doing?
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
You don't. And now I'm sad. I had these. I had them. It was working. Best to get them to, again, just to be sure, says TBD Gamer. Yeah. You can never have the Azure CLI tools too many times. Just keep downloading them. Again and again and again. Rocket Propelled Freeman, you really want that gritty emote, huh? They did win last night. The Philadelphia Flyers last night beat those always tough. Say that, always tough. You know, Vancouver Canucks. That's them. So, stop. Don't do this anymore. You've broken me now, Azure. I guess we're not. I guess we're not doing the thing. Build succeeded. You can see that down there, but I'm stuck in somebody's for loop here and it's broken. This is why we use previews. So we can find these errors, find things like this before you hit it in your real application. Azure scores another win against the stream. I need to start a counter for the number of times when Azure things just break, don't behave properly, don't feel quite right here on stream. Like, come on, really? Right, I'm just gonna Control-Shift-B. Let's build the solution, make sure it builds. Right? Hey, Lily Hazel, good to see you. Let's see here. No. All right, so build succeeded. What's it doing over here? Paused? Why are you paused? Go do the things. Let's see if this works. I'll go into debug mode. See if we can. This may take a few minutes. Where were you when I installed Visual Studio? I'm writing code now. Get out of my way. You break me. Let's go. Come on. Come on. I want this box to go away.
I expect you to die.
Yes. Go. Shoo. Do I know a shortcut to build only the current project? If you say build, Control-Shift-B builds the entire solution. The current project is just Alt-B-U, right? Give me that thing back. So Alt-B takes you into the build menu, and you will build just the current project. That's fine. Go ahead. Yeah, imagine what that would be like on a slow connection. Like, I'm already outside of the build, the install experience, and you're installing more after I told you to install Azure Tools, right? So it sees this, fantastic, it's triggered it, DQ, right? And I'm here with the Twitch endpoint, and the message it's receiving is C# Fritz. Good. We're going to hit the callback URL. It didn't even get there. It's going to try it again. All right, so step into there. HTTP client factory, create client. Yeah, so I have a client. New URI. Okay, we're going to Helix. We're going to accept application JSON. Good. We're going to go to client, right? Message results. Not yet computed. Well, I'm going to await that. What did I get back? Unauthorized. Oh, I don't have a client ID. I need to put a client ID with this. That's what's going on here. All right. Let's go get a Twitch client ID. Let's see. I want to use this Firefox. Yeah. And if I go back to my Twitch developers page, getting a client ID is... It's okay. You can... Let me go back. Hang on. Client ID is like a public key that you can share. Look at that. Let me in this time. I'll use that one. There we go. So I need to set a client ID inside here, right? So when this is created, I store off configuration. So I should be able to reach in and add a request header for client ID. Client ID. I think it's like that. They want it. Configuration. Let's call this Twitch client ID. Put that into my local settings. There it is. All right. And that should work now. Try it again. What do we got here? Let's see what we do. Let's see what we do. Here we go. I'm feeling good about this one, chat room. I'm feeling real good. All right. Okay. Go back over to my storage explorer here. And I'll re-add a message. There we go. Telling it to subscribe to C# Fritz. Alright. So hit the endpoint. Channel ID. We'll step into this. Make sure we get something out of this. And the body. There we go. Now we got data. So we have a JSON object now. Nice. And we're returning that value. So my channel ID is 96909. If you've been here before, you've seen that is the correct channel ID. My callback URL looks like that. Yeah. Created the payload. Good. So my callback URL now looks like receive end of stream question mark channel ID equals 96909.659. Good. And it's going to send that, and we should see... oh, I bet you that's going to go back and say you need a client ID again. Let's add the client ID to the default request headers of our client factory here, so it's always there, right? Kasukin is here. Hello, hello. Hey, look at that. I just uploaded a video to my YouTube channel. But I'm still here. Right, I want to add a named HTTP client along with some configuration. And let's call this Twitch webhook. Right? Because it's the webhook API that I'm going to. And we're going to configure... Right? So we're going to say configure dot default request headers add client ID, and the value is, oh, I don't know what the configuration is, do I? Can I do this? Look at that. Able to find it anyway. This. What are you doing? Thank you. There we go. I think I need a semi there. Yeah. All right. What don't you like about that? Does not. Yeah, I need to put the configuration somewhere else so I can get it. Is there, can I override anything else? Nope. Can I set up the constructor and have it receive Configuration. Sure. Initialize the field. There we go. Look at that. All that auto completion.
Boom goes the dynamite.
And boom goes the dynamite. Indeed. Why didn't... Private read only _ configuration. Let's go. There it is. That should work. That should totally work. So I'll get rid of that one. And now when I create the client, I'm creating the Twitch webhook client. There it is. That should work. That should totally work. So that when it comes up here and it creates the next client, oh, we want to create the Twitch webhook client. Should work. Should totally work. I have a good feeling about it. Tried. Oh, I did Control F5. That's not going to attach the debugger. Hang on. Stop. Stop. Another one. Another what? Oh, Smab, you're buying another new desktop PC? Nice. Tagaron's getting a Stream Deck. Nice. Yeah, Stream Decks are phenomenal. No parameterless constructor defined for the startup. Oh, man. Man. So how am I going to get configuration to put in here? How am I going to get to the configuration? There's got to be a way to get to iConfiguration, right? Well, configure, no. What's the overload? Okay. Well, if I can't get to configuration, then this, I can't, right? Because I can't receive iConfiguration here. So I'm going to have to get rid of that. That feels like a misstep in the function startup class, you know? Thank you for the follow. Hannibal Zero, welcome. 50 euro less than normal for a Stream Deck is something you could not refuse. I agree, Tagaron. I just ordered the Stream Deck 32. Got myself a little Christmas present yesterday. It was like, I'm due. I'm due. It's that time. So I'm going to get rid of this. You know, I'm going to end up rolling back all of these things that I did. Right? I've got to put this in play everywhere instead of, right, being able to have that just reused and available somewhere. Which then makes me feel like I need a HTTP client helper class to carry that around. Finally have new capture cards for Freestyle Coder. Nice. Nice. Builder.services.get? I can't get the type yet. I would have to render the object, re-add it. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. Let me do it this way, just to get this running. Let's do this. And what's it? I think the base address is the same for both. Let's pass in the base address. Right, because then I can do right, and then return my client here. So I'm using the same, reusing this everywhere. And instead of that, put the base address, the place that I'm going to go get that stuff. Shoot, I can't make this static. That'll work now. All right, so now I can say var client equals Get HTTP client. And that works. Here, instead of saying that, I can say get HTTP client. And that's my address. Like that. So I'm just going right to the base address. Right? That should work. That should totally work. Let's put a breakpoint down here. We know this works. We know this works. We know all that stuff down there works. Let's see what happens. F5. Here we go. Singing Mexican has the small stream deck. It's a fine little piece of tech. It is. Singing Mexican, you're not wrong. The 6-button Stream Deck Mini is nice. I like using it as almost a monitor. And I talk about it using it as a monitor on that YouTube video that I published a day or two ago about my stream, about the stream studio we built in Las Vegas. So here we go, publishing the payload. Let's see what happens when we hit here. Is it? No. So what happened? 401 unauthorized. Unauthorized? Why am I unauthorized? Request message. Where's the content? Show me the content. What? There's nothing there. Well, content length. Show me what popped out. Right? Let me go into the immediate window. Yeah, fine. Must provide a valid client ID or OAuth token. I did. Oh, wait a sec. I added client ID twice. It's right there. Get rid of that. Turn that off. Let's see if we can get it to hit right here. One more time. Into the breach. How am I injecting the secret? There is no secret. Client ID is... oh, how are we injecting the secret for the payload? It is right there. Right? And we'll see it come back. There we go. Response message 202 accepted. Fantastic. So that executed, subscribe, succeeded, done. Right? So hub topic is this. There's my secret, do the things, and it should call back and hit receive end of stream, channel ID, blah, blah, blah. I'm not verifying the secret yet. Let's take a look at receive end of stream. See if we have it that Azure actually notified and sent that, not Azure, Twitch. Sent that log message in there. If I go to monitor, I should see it hit here when it does the verify, right? Come on. Van Bonzen, welcome. Hello. And nothing. Delayed up to 5 minutes. So what I do need to do at some point, right, is I'm just receiving the challenge. What Twitch says you should do is verify the secret whenever you receive a message. Right, there's a verifying. Here we go. Strongly recommend you verify the signature. So to do this, verify that the content length header matches the number of bytes you received in the notification payload. And you must compute the hash properly. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mary Jo. Mary Jo Stabler, another member of the Live Coders team. Good to see you. I host on Azure or on premise, and I just use Azure functions like Active Directory and stuff. I'm going to be hosting on Azure because I want this. This is going to be a endpoint that's available to the public internet, so that Twitch can hit it when things happen. And yeah, thanks. Nothing yet. I don't see Twitch hitting this yet. Right. If I do test, and if we do a get, right, it was hub.challenge. Right, if I pass that, why doesn't it like that? Not a valid value. To hell, it's not a valid value. Hub.challenge. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's gonna... This function was programmatically... What? Called via the host APIs. Succeeded. Well, it didn't do anything. And... Right, channel ID... 969099659, I think is my channel ID. Right. Hub.challenge. I could have... It should be able to do that. Do you want a get or a post? It's a get. It's on the query string. Right, so if I HTTP encode, what is dot? If I, right, HTTP encode. Right, if I URL encode that. Hub.challenge. Yeah. foo.com/?hub.challenge equals test encode. What's that look like? Yeah, hub.challenge. That works. Yeah, I want a URL encode the dot. But here's the thing, right? Right, URL encode. Hub.challenge encode. Comes back as, yeah. So why doesn't this like that? Yeah, period is okay to put inside of a query parameter. Not according to Azure, though. That's a mistake. That is a bug. Query parameters for Azure function testing should allow the period character. Currently, they are prevented from being entered. For example, hub.challenge is marked as an invalid query parameter. name? Sure, you can email me. Be my guest. So that's never going to work from the test console. That's going to be annoying. Yes, the Azure folks have a very unique way of checking to see if it's valid. Let's see if we get a monitor popping up here, other than that one that we keyed in. Yeah, that's the one that I keyed in. Now, why doesn't it show me... Look. Look. Why doesn't it show me the command parameters that this was executed with? Right? Oh, dear God. Just show me what happened. Union traces, union exceptions, project timestamp message. What other? Nope. Won't let me select anything. And okay, what's under traces? Message. I want to know. I want to know what the query string was that was passed in. Is that page views? Right, we're custom dimensions invocation. So is that invocations? I don't have invocations. So right, I want to know what that query looked like. So can I say union? Evidently I can't. Give me the URLs. No, I can't do that either. C17, thank you.
C17 are just resubscribed for 13 months.
Thank you so much for the sub. 13 months. Fantastic. Well, I'm not even trying to do the if. I just want to see, give me all the contents of this. No results. So it's not in page views. Is it under requests? What's that look like? Receive end of stream. There we go. Hey, CLW. Good to see you. No, it's not showing me the query string on this. Operation ID. Operation parent ID. Hey, look, it's telling you where I am. But it's not telling me the query string that was passed in, even though I passed a query string ID on there. I passed. Well, that's not very dependable at all. If it's not going to show me the URL, the full URL that was requested. Right, do I do something like this? Project, I guess. URL. I mean, it looks like SQL, but it's not SQL. They couldn't make it SQL because SQL would be too easy. So what do we have here? No. So if I go back to what it previously had in there. No. Nope, I ran out of call stack. Sample queries. Right, if I look at this, it's showing me the operation ID, and that's it. Those are the only columns it selected. It doesn't show you the URL of this. Right, timestamp message log level. Timestamp message log level. Yeah, there's... Right, I can't see the URL that was requested for these. Which, right, makes this... For trying to debug and see what exactly was called, makes it very hard to interact with. You know? What's Query Explorer do? Oh, great. That doesn't tell me anything. If I go back to this, right? If I expand that, yeah, the URL doesn't include the query string. Custom dimensions, category, full name, HTTP path. No query string that was passed there either. Yeah, it's not telling me anything about this. For tracking Azure function information, that feels a little incomplete. You know? Like, why are you giving me the URL but not the query string? Right? Why aren't you giving me the payload? Why aren't you giving me the form that was posted? Why aren't you giving me all the information so that I can actually take a look and execute and step through that? The URL captured in the requests bucket does not include the query string information, nor does this bucket include the payload that was posted. You can recommend request bin for debugging queries. Yeah, right-line debugging is going to be the superior debugging experience. I kind of agree, which makes me feel like, why did I turn on logging on this? Because the diagnosing here feels incomplete. Right now, I don't think I have the URL for this properly for the receive end of stream. Right? So this is Azure function HTTP URL. What's that URL look like? The Azure application's a little bit different, for sure. So, yeah, what's the full URL? Defines the route template, customize the HTTP endpoint. Okay. So, manage? No. Is it up here? Receive end of stream. Okay, it's enabled. That felt bad. Customize the HTTP endpoint. What's that look like? API/function name. Oh, it's HTTP. It's not HTTPS. Ugh. Ugh. Really? Alright. So let's change this. That API receive end of stream. Right? Oh, okay, hang on. Go back over here. Customize the HTTP endpoint. And they did it with function JSON. Well, I can't use function JSON. Uses a web API route constraint with your parameters. By default, all function routes are prefixed with API. You can customize or remove the prefix using the HTTP route prefix property in your host JSON file. There's nothing there. So that doesn't work. I can't modify my function JSON. Function app settings. Host JSON, I can't touch it because I uploaded. So now what? I mean, it looks like I should be hitting it properly, but that says it's HTTP. So let me change that to HTTP, which feels really bad. because everything should be HTTPS. Receive end of stream. Receive end of stream. Heck, I'm even going to copy it directly. Right, but we're not seeing it actually hit that thing. I have dev JSON and release JSON. It says judgmentally. And there's a suggestion that I have to enable HTTPS. That says it's open and it's active right there. It's enabled. That's HTTPS. HTTP version, debugging, remote debugging off, require incoming certificate. No. So that was this. If I go to the function app settings, right, I don't see HTTPS configuration here either. It's just configured. Right? I don't see a way. You might need to specify the JSON property in my release JSON. What release JSON file? I don't have anything hidden. There's nothing hidden. Publish profiles. There is no release JSON. Right? And I just have host JSON. But this feels like I wired up application insights and it doesn't give me half the data that I need for an Azure function. I need to restart this so I can get that new configuration value without the HTTPS. Let's see. Did it start? Here it goes. And let me go back over to here, refresh this, add a new message. There it is. That should pick up and run. There it goes. With that secret. So it sure looks like, right, it ran through the subscribe, executed and succeeded. So if I go back over here, this should have been hit. No telemetry. Okay. Is this an ASP.NET Core backend? It's an ASP.NET Core built function. And it's not hitting that endpoint. Right? I expect it to hit. Right? When it does this. When it does this post, it should have posted, right? Let's do this. Log debug. Posting with callback URL, and this is going to be payload.callback, so we can see it. Let's see what happens. So there's this. I should see it log and show me exactly where it posted. There it goes. Hub callback. Fritz Twitch chat archive Azure websites net API receive end of stream channel ID this. So if I go to that location, if I just browse to it, I should see something pop here. Nothing's being tracked here, right? Subscribe happened, great. Let's just navigate right to it. Nothing comes back. And it did not receive the request at all. Subscribe, function trace. Receive end of stream, okay. And once again, this isn't showing me the query string. These are worthless. These things aren't showing me a thing. Right? Okay, this did something. But it's not even showing me a request. Right? Nothing happened here. This feels terrible. 401. But subscribe. Nothing was put in there. Right? But this says it matched this. There's the route template. It matched. Great. Executing. But it's not... Once again, I'm not seeing the URL that it got. I know it should be HTTPS. Right? I went to HTTPS. I browsed to this. And it's not reporting the query string that was output here. So how the heck am I supposed to log that? See that in my logs. Filter by it. Do anything with that. Probably because of auth tokens. There is no auth token. It's wide open. I was able to browse to it directly. So I'm kind of stuck. Right, the authorization, the function keys are here. No, it doesn't log the request. Azure App Insights does not show the URL, the full URL. There is a function key here that it could use, but function state, right? I didn't turn on any authentication required for these. I mean, if I take a look, auth level function, darn it. Where did that come from? I didn't put that in there. Alright, so we need to add the function key. So if I copy that, go back over here, how do I execute it and pass it in the function key then? Yeah. Right, how do I pass it in? Code equals API key. Okay, so if I say... Here's another thing. Why didn't it tell me then that... Oh, you forgot your key. So let's see if... And that's still not showing me anything. Yeah. Can also pass in... Well, I'm not going to be passing it. That's what's going to be coming back from... That's what's going to be coming back from Twitch. Now wait a sec. I said encode equals. No. What the heck is that? End code equals that. Okay, that gives me nothing. Succeeded, okay. But there's still nothing about the route parameters. Right? It doesn't give me the URL there at all. So if that's not right, and there's other stuff going on with the headers and whatnot. Have I tried using Postman to send the request? No. I don't want to use additional tools. I just... Right, show me all the requests. Right, so here's... Right, the URL does not include that information. No. There's the path, and it isn't giving me the query. No, it's not there. Also, if it is an issue with the key, it's not giving me that it's not telling me that the key is that it's being rejected for authentication with it. I would love to turn authentication to anonymous. How? I want to turn it off. Yeah. HTTP trigger authorization level function. I thought over here. Okay, it is on authorization level function, so it does need it. Okay. Thank you for following GLL321. Appreciate you joining us. So let me turn that to anonymous. And I'll repost. Republish. Here we go. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Publishing, come on. Here we go. So now I don't need the code. It should be able to hit it directly. Let me go back to this. There we go. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We're waiting. Right, okay, so it's done publishing. Good. I don't see anything refreshing over here. Let me go over to the queue. Oh, now we get all the information popping up here. And, right, this still doesn't show me exactly how it was called in the query strings, so I can't verify. Right, the dimension that I want to be able to sort by is that query string with the channel ID on it, so I can search and find out what it is. Right? So where was it I jumped into the storage? I thought I had another... here. Right? Let me add another message into here. Yep, same thing. Which should trigger subscribe. This should happen. Oh, look at... Okay, these were the ones that I did earlier where it was missing stuff. But this should now hit... Yes. I should be able to see that hit. You're kidding, right? There we go. Calling subscribe, event ID, process ID, poll latency. Great. What did you do? What do you... Great, your polling Did you do anything? Stop! I don't know what this is now. Now that's... I don't see it running there. Right, it's this one. I won't be able to look at it. Console, there it is down there. I'm gonna look at the log. Yeah, I can't tell. This is just easier to do this. And bang. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. We just... Oh, I don't have the client ID in the configuration. We added the client ID, right? Here. Twitch client ID. That. Twitch client ID. This. Go. Save. I think it's saving. No, they won't. Okay. I'm gonna go back. I don't want to monitor. Monitor feels like when I'm gonna do this type of interactive debugging, it's just something that I can't attach to. I can't glom onto and just watch it do its thing. Okay. Let's see here. Scroll down. I want to look at the logs. And here, add a new message. Go. Executing. There we go. Subscribing to Twitch with payload. Blah, 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 blah. Good. So now, this should have been hit. Right? Oh, now... Patience. Patience. There we go. No, I want to... not message. Stream trace? No. Oh, okay, I guess. I just want the requests. Right? Let me fire it again, see if we get anything. There we go. Subscribe, process ID, full name, subscribe. Okay, that's the one that triggered here. There's the incoming URL. So it hit it. Twitch hit it. And we responded with a 200. Fantastic. How do I see the payload for that, though? Right? How am I showing the key combinations? Hey, Sadranyi from Ghana, welcome. That's a plugin that I use called Karnak. There we go. That's Karnak right there. And I have it placed... That's not the right monitor at all. It's over here. See? And it appears up there. Right, I'm going to take a look at... Show me the requests. Is that the one that just came in? No, that's UTC. I want to see the last one that came in. This one. Custom dimensions, all this stuff that's down here. Item count 1. Item ID. Yeah, it's not telling me what it hit the get with. No. Alan Nitro 17. Hello. Welcome. There was an enable remote debugging setting. Yes. But I need to see that in the log. The URL is not the URL. It's just the host name that was being referenced. Is it in maybe page views? Will it show me that? Nope, nothing. What's in traces then? Okay, executing subscribe. Nope, it's not in there either. Well, what's in custom metrics then? Successes. No, that's not it either. No. Right, this isn't... I mean, alright. I mean, this is... Right, what's the name of this service? Right, because the help here is...
And then?
I don't know. Yeah, why not use Azure? Help and support. What's the name of this service that I was on? Oh, now I'm gone. Now I can't get back to it. Okay. Hey, Coated Beard, welcome. Right, I want to hit the application insights for this. Okay, I can see a little bit there. Hit the logs. Okay. Oh, that's nice. But that's... Logs that don't have information about the URL that was requested or the payload that was put into it aren't logs.
Oh my.
Right? Yeah, okay, the query language is KQL, but how do I get URL information out of this? And what's this thing? Application insights. Alright. Application insights. Get query string. I just want the damn query string. That! No. No. Tables, primary result, URL status. I want the query that was submitted. Not the developer's guide. Well, no. Application insights. Gosh, I don't even know where to start searching for a manual for this thing. I mean, I click help here. Language reference. Custo query language documentation. Fantastic. How do I get the query? Cheat sheets, please. Select all data from a table. Okay. No, I'm trying to find in the data that it's collecting. What's the list of metrics? The URL doesn't have it. You're very new with Azure Functions. Yeah, me too. I'm going to take what Job NPA is suggesting here. Let's try that. No. 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 Application insights. Identify query string. How do I get the query string? How to query my logs? No. 15 things every developer needs to know. View request body. Please, how do I do that? It's not supported. Okay, it's not supported. Append that to the last query. All right, I'll go back to the last query. Not that one. I was looking at this, and if I paste onto it that, parsed URL, no, there's no query information captured. There's nothing there. Query parameters, nothing. It needs the type first. Yeah, I know. Right? So if I look at each one of these, there's no information, right, about, right, if I take a look at the requests, right? So here's a URL. When I look at what that URL was, it doesn't include any of the query. You can't log the request body manually as a custom event or trace. Why isn't it doing that automatically from functions? I feel like there's a huge chunk of something missing here, you know? Right? Like, this is what was posted. Like, I feel that the way to go get this data is going to be to look at the traces and to actually write it in with my logging. Like, it's not being written. I need to extend and post the information about the standard HTTP request, which feels... Right, you have to do custom traces. So how do I add HTTP post payload to application insights? Implement your own telemetry analyzer. But see, I'm in an Azure function. To Azure function. So how do I do that? Monitor Azure functions. Add to an existing function app. Yeah. View telemetry. It doesn't output my trace information over there, does it? View telemetry. I want to add custom telemetry. In C#. Uses newer features, automatically correlate with the current operation. Oh, I am not even going to touch remote debugging with a 10-foot pole. So this is telling me that I can receive a telemetry client. And be able to say, track event, new event telemetry, new metric telemetry, track metric. So I could put the query string in by including this. Let's see what happens. And right, I have a sneaky suspicion that this is this way because of GDPR. Right? Install package. Yep. Application insights. Query parameters and request body can contain sensitive data. I hear you on that. Give me a simple way to turn it back on. Okay. So now I have that. So the way to track a metric. Oh, parse a query parameter. Yeah, okay. So I can do this in my end of stream. Okay, if we call this, let's call this Twitch channel ID. And we're going to pass in channel ID. Huh? I don't need a user ID. Where's telemetry client coming from? Oh. My bad. Did that wrong. I just stashed the configuration. Yep, give me a using statement. Just a field, I guess. That needs a using statement. Okay. Now, why doesn't it like that? Metric value. No. Oh, wait a sec. Because it's not a number, right? It's not an event either. It's like a parameter on this. I can directly call log metrics on iLogger log. Really? Okay, but it's not a value. What else do I have? I mean, okay, that feels a lot easier to use. Heck of a lot easier to use. Thank you for the follow. Right, if I say log metric, Twitch channel ID, right? Let's call this query, right? Twitch channel ID and channel ID. It doesn't like that because it doesn't have the using statement. Should complete. Why don't you like that? There we go. Thank you for the follow, Dishko. And I won't look at the post content yet until I get down here. So let's republish. Building, restoring packages. I didn't know log metrics was a thing. It would have been nice to get a proper hint about it when viewing the log. You're right, Stelzy. Right, if you're just logging the entire post body payload, you could be including credit cards and other sensitive information, and then your logs are all contaminated. I get that. I do. But I'm not dealing with any of that. So, right, it would be nice to be able to just turn it right back on. Be like, okay, log all my stuff. So, publish succeeded. Good, 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 good. So, I'll end up putting a new entry in there. Let's go back over here to this. So this should be restarted. That's probably why it's taking a little bit to load here, right? Hopefully. Maybe. Now this should tell me... Yep, app offline. Go ahead, restart. While it's doing that... So there it is in the queue. It hit... Oh, look at that already. Okay. So it looks like it has that information, so I'll go back to over here. Now, is that going to appear in requests? Okay, that timestamp really isn't sorted right. When 508 is down here at the bottom, and 510, 511, 512 are up here, right? Okay, custom dimensions. I don't see it. Well, we're not 512. We're like 533. .25 records. Run it again. What's the sort by? Descending. There we go. Let's see if it's in here now. Item type request, custom dimensions. I'll open that. No, I don't see it there in that extra metric. No. Is it in custom metrics? No. Order by timestamp, descending. Success rate, no, these are, it's still not ordered by it. Oh no, 526. So it that doesn't have it either. No, it's not in, it's, right, we should have seen it appear if it was executing the new version of the code I uploaded in one of these custom dimensions, right? It's not in there. Is it in traces? I don't know, let's look in traces. In the custom dimensions. Nope. 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 This is the message that I logged. Right? That's the message that I logged. And that popped out. I'm not sure where it put it. Yeah, I'm lost with that. It feels, but it looks now like it is subscribing, right? So if it is subscribing, then if I set, right, where'd Visual Studio Code go? Right? If I say that's done, we're receiving the stream concluded, right? We still need to be able to extend subscription when lease is ending, so right, so that we continue to get information. Right now we're just setting it to 0, so it's sending the information and it's not actually sending us final information about, oh, you're done, right? So next is to trigger that chat extract when we receive this information. Thank you for the follow, Boatless. I appreciate you joining us, and I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. So this piece is what I thought would be the hard part. Dear Lord. And right, I'm gonna have to reach out to somebody and try and figure out, why don't we get that information? Where does that actually go? Because gosh, it sure doesn't look like it's appearing in my requests here. Right? I mean, I'm looking for that query custom dimension that I keyed in, and it's just not there. So I don't know. Right? I mean, if I look up log metric, create custom metrics. Here's a sample. Yeah, where does it go? Log custom telemetry, and then there was this whole thing. So I'm confused, right? So until I get some more information here, this feels like it isn't working properly. And I would do better off writing a log message to query it. I mean, heck, let's do that anyway. Yeah, log information. Right. Login information. Successfully subscribed to channel. I'm still not doing the validation on the secret that Twitch is passing to me, right? I still need to look at that, which isn't there. Where's that other one? No. This one. Right, they pass me the see, I can't even see it in the header. Right? Were they showing me the header over here? Requests. Cloud role name, no. Yeah, it's not showing me any of the headers, is it? Okay, so that was for subscribe, so I shouldn't see it there. Receive end of stream. And if I look at the custom dimensions, no. No, it didn't write it out. Oh, what do you think, chat room? I'm lost. I am lost. It feels bad, let me tell you. So... we stronger? Okay, how do I recommend the signature? You need to compute the hash properly. What's the secret used? The XUB signature is generated by a SHA-256 of the secret and the notification bytes. Okay, so it's in... it's going to be in the JSON body in the hub.secret. No, that's what I sent. Hang on. In the XHub signature header. Ah, okay. I can pull that. Drag someone from the Azure team in front of the camera and let them explain on the confusion. Yes, please. That's a great idea. All right, so if I'm going to verify the signature, I thought I wrote this somewhere. Thank you for the follow. G. Bialke? Welcome. Let's see. The notification bytes. So the notification bytes are are the bytes in the payload. Okay, in the content. Okay, I think we got that. So let's write a method. Let's call this verified equals verify verify payload secret, right? And we're going to pass the request into that. And we'll do all the manipulation over there. So xhub signature, right? That's the header that we're looking for. So signature is REQ headers this. So that'll give me a signature. We want to return a bool here. Log.log warning. Invalid signature on request for channel ID. We should probably do this first. Okay. Before we even check that stuff. Alright. Verify payload secret. Okay. By default, we'll return false. So we've at least got this satisfied, right? Now they do. Thank you. Let's see. You're back, Johan. Welcome. Let's see. So if once I have that signature, right, I'm supposed to SHA-256 the secret and the notification bytes. Now I think I did this. I think I did this same thing inside of the bot that we did for Quiltoni. I wrote a little thing here called the relay that would receive notification from Shopify when there is a new order here. Yeah. Here we go. Verify header. And I wrote almost the exact same thing. So it checks the topic. Domain header, it checks that. Here it is. HMAC SHA-256. And reads that, creates the hash, and checks to make sure that it matches. Perfect. We will use that same deal here. All right. So let's do this. Yeah, if string is null or empty, signature, right? I don't have access to the logger here. Let's pass that along. Right? It's a good thing to continue logging. So if I have that, right? So now I can say log error, signature, Twitch signature header not found, return false, did not pass, verification. All right, so we're gonna do a new stream reader, yeah, on the request body, UTF-8, position 0. Oh, I need to be async here. We can do that. Ta-da. Create the HMAC hash. Oh, I didn't. There it is. That's easy. And this is going to be our, what did I call the secret? Twitch secret. Right? And oops. There we go. Return our hash calculation equals signature. That makes sense. HMAC headers. If the customer, we have it inside the authorization header. Is it a good location or is a custom header better? I think a custom header is better. Authorization is something else, is used for something else. So that should verify the signature for us. Yep, I need to say, oh wait. Yep, so that'll work. Invalid signature and return null. Actually, I want log error on that. All right. So let's publish. And you know what? Let's down here. If it does. Just because now I'm getting paranoid about logging all this information. You know? Publish this one. Go send up another one and we'll give it a shot. It's still a discussion. It is. I agree. It is a valid discussion about whether you put the 256 hash over there. Unable to determine. What? Oh. Alright, fine. Why didn't you just say you couldn't build? Right? Like, that's easy. Just say, well, build failed. I think we've got this. I think we've got this. One second here. Let me just double check my calendar for today and see what... Yeah, we're going to need to wrap up here soon. Let's see what we get. Put. Publish succeeded. Good. So if I go back to this and that... If I add that message, this should get picked up and processed as this comes online and starts back up. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Get it moving. This is like magic. Just do it. There it is. It processed. So now if I look at requests, and don't have the data yet. 5:32 still. That's in UTC time, so still no data. No. Browsing data. No. No. Still don't have the log data yet. So let's click into this. Yeah, now you've got 2 authorization headers. That's annoying is what that is. Let me open the logs here so I can see this hit. Because it's... Right, I'm not seeing it fast enough. The other way. Hit that. That should get picked up and processed, and we should see it appear here immediately. Right? Oh, it still hasn't been processed. Well, I thought it... Well, is it doing a wait now? Right, the Q trigger will back off. I don't want to navigate off here because I'll miss the log. You know? There it is. Twitch signature header not found. Interesting. I mean, great, right? It should be x-hub-signature. Just double check. All right, now this is getting ugly. X-hub-signature, yeah. Is it okay that it doesn't have that? Maybe it is. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Falsigo, it looks like. Welcome. Let me move this down here below this. Maybe it's not supposed to do it on the verification. But let's assume that's correct. Let's assume. Let's put a thing in here. If debug, return true. This way, while I'm debugging, I'm not going to verify that payload secret. Nah, I don't think the Twitch docs are outdated. Right, so when I build, it puts it in release mode. Yeah. So the... Okay. So when Twitch posts... Right, posts that stream is offline, it doesn't send me any data. So what I've got to do is go back and I have to query and say, okay, what's the latest broadcast that completed, so that I can identify and fetch the appropriate chat for that. So I don't want the guide, I want the reference. Right, I don't want clips. Streams, get information about active streams. No. I don't want stream markers. I don't want subscriptions. I don't want tags. Get video information by video ID, user ID, or game ID. Bingo. So, Twitch Helix videos. There's the user ID, description. Chewy melodies? Oh, alright, whatever. I guess this is the first video? Created at, published at. Okay. So I'm gonna hit videos and pass in user ID and the user ID. Right? Let me come back to your question in just a second. So we need to get the user ID for that. Okay. So let's say video ID equals gets last video for user, no, for channel. And we'll pass in the channel ID. And we'll create this method. We're going to want to make this async to return a string. So these private methods, I don't like here. I'd rather have them below, at the bottom, right? Because they're utility methods. Okay. Alright, so get the last video for the channel. Right, we're going to get the HTTP client. I'm gonna actually want to be using around that. And we're going to what URL? This user underscore ID, right? That was the, yeah. Equals put dollar here. So I've got the channel ID. All right, so now I've got an HTTP client to go get that. Was that setting the accept header for application JSON? It was, good. Okay. Blue Blood GG asks, would you guys use EF Core for database access? No migrations, only read writes or something else? I would, yeah. Just straight read writes, sure. Gets everything all translated for you into the right format. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to use something very similar here, so I can go through and get that. Actually, I can take this, put it over here. That feels better. Okay, so now I have an object that has that. So the last... Okay. So I'm going to return data, right? I want the first item, because it should be the first, right? ID, I think it is. That'll be the video ID. Yeah. Now, it doesn't think that's a string. Yeah, I need a toString on it. Right, so now I've got my data coming back for the last video in the channel, because it's the 0th item, right? It should be the first item. I would think. And you know what? I want to say first equals 1 when I request this also. So I get the first. Period during which the video was created. All day week. Sort time. Yeah. right? So it should give me the most recent one, right? Is most recent first. Am I guaranteed that this is in most recent order? I don't see a sort here. Sort, but it doesn't say direction. So I guess these are most first. So I would think... So that'll give me the first item. Yeah, I think that'll do. So if I walk back up here... So I should be able to write log trace, found last video at with ID. Let's see what that gives us. Now here's what I'm going to do to try and cheat and make this work. I'm going to pass in the channel ID for me on this, because I know my channel ID. And see if I can get this to trigger. Since it's not verifying the payload secret, it should go all the way down through, running locally here, right? Let's see what happens. I think we've almost got this, friends. Right, that's my channel ID right there. I'm just going to put that in Notepad right here so I have it handy. I can copy and paste it. Move that off screen. Okay, so you can see I should be able to go to end of stream here and trigger this. So let's... I'll use this browser that I've been kind of tinkering with. And I'll say channel ID equals... Nope, not that. See, look at that. 96909-659 and yeah, so I have no data that came in, but it should go find it now, right? Bang. All right, here it is. Executing, and I've hit my breakpoint. So for that channel ID, it's going to go get the last video. So let's see. Step out. Yeah. Not yet computed. All right, go get it. What do I got coming back? Oh, look at this. Check this out. Check that out. Hang on, I can do this. Click this chalupa. And now we can see username C#Fritz. Created at 11:26. Hey, that's today. That's this one that I'm currently streaming. I guess that's okay. But pagination cursor, yeah. So the video ID is this 513554051. Fantastic. So stepping through, right? That should return. And if I go back over here, right? Succeeded, identities, blah blah blah. Where's the trace? Put the trace. Have a good one there, Webface CA. No, Mary Jo, it's not 8675309.
Wow.
Okay, fine. Have a good one, Webface. I'd like it to log that. I mean, okay, it got the right thing, right? Wait a sec. Let me do that again. I think I had highlighted some text and it didn't do the thing. That's the combination of C-17's luggage. No. Close. So there it is. Yeah, it didn't log the trace at the conclusion of this. I want it to log information, I think, is what I want. I'll leave that one as trace. One more time. And then I'll publish this out. So I'm returning a null above. If the payload secret doesn't verify. I have it turned off for right now. Good catch, Bricky, but I have that turned off for right now. See, it actually handles it. There it is. Channel ID 96909. Found last video with ID, blah, blah, blah. Fantastic. All right, so that works. So now I can publish and have it hit there and find out what the video ID is and kick that into the next piece where it fetches the chat. Right? For video with ID, video ID. I think that'll do. And once I have that chat log, I'll just throw it into blob storage, which I can actually bind to here as another hint. I can set it up as an output so that it just writes another blob record. Yeah. Am I making an auto-publish to YouTube? I can do that too. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set up an archive that has the video ID, the video chat transcript. I'll eventually grab the video, download the video to Azure, and run it through speech translation, speech to text, right? So it transcribes everything that came out of this guy, and we'll then have a very searchable, complete archive of what happened on stream. So I think, right, having this trigger automatically when it ends, right, is something that's going to be quite spectacular. Quite, right? That's very handy, right? As soon as I hit stop, automatically these Azure functions wake up and go and trigger and process all kinds of information. That's tremendous, right? Right, this has kind of been my MO with Twitch, is I want to automate as much as possible, you know? I think that's a great thing. Is this transcribing also for the guests with names attached and such? Well, hopefully the guest's name will be on the title of the video, right? Do I have the log information that comes back from Twitch about the video? Does it have the title? Yeah, it'll have the title here. So we'll be able to grab the title, and I always put guest's name on the title so that we can, right, pick that up. So basically, I think that your boss can search through when you said something not very nice about Microsoft. Or that you can search through and find, hey, when did we work on this thing that time? I remember talking about something, and we did a thing. When did that occur? So, and I'm completely transparent with the folks that I work with. Here's everything that we've done. Here's everything that we've accomplished. And it's all things that I think we should be very proud about. There's things that we can always improve. It's disappointing. I really wish I could query and hit those query strings automatically in Azure Application Insights, but okay, maybe there's a privacy thing that breaks it. Great, how do I add it back in for just the things that I want? It's not clear. So, let's get cleaned up. Let's wrap up everything that we've done here today. I'm going to commit this into source control. Twitch chat archive. There we go. And those are the files that we worked on. Git commit. Now handling subscriptions from Twitch and identifying the last video recorded by a channel when the channel ends. We're really close here. There we go. Push that up. You can find this. That's not it. You can find this at oh, come on. That location is where it is. Take that .git off the end. There you go. Can I give the transcribing API also a set of known words such as username so it picks them up correctly? That's a good idea. Yes, we need to raid somebody. We need to raid somebody good. Let's set up the raid. I'll put the raid call out. And let's see who is out there right now on Twitch. Yeah, they took away the follow button here, so I can't see who I'm following on Twitch. I need to now bounce through a couple things. And come on, load. There we go. Let's set up a raid to... You know, we haven't raided. I want to raid some new folks. I want to raid... Well, he was here a little bit earlier. It's his birthday today. Let's raid I Am Not Myself. It's a chill birthday stream for him today. We have not finished the distributed chatbot. I paused to take a look at this. I thought this was something I could get through in a day or two. And we'll probably have this done next time. And we'll get back to the chatbot. So, thanks so much everybody for joining me. This was really cool today. We got through, we solved a bunch of things around our Azure functions. We have them identifying, responding to Twitch subscriptions. We now have it verifying signatures. And we also have it now identifying the last video. So now we know the video to go and extract information about and save chat information about. And we'll do that next time, tomorrow, right back here on the channel. Those of you that won't be back, have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you soon.